Alright, so this is the map in its entirety. Took me 3 weeks to do this, to do all of this. From the trees, to the cities, to the mountains, to the whatever this is. I'm going to explain that in a bit. But all this took 3 weeks. 3 weeks to do. And now it's finally finished. And I'm gonna be honest, kind of like it. Is it perfect? No. But it's perfect to me. It's beautiful to me, and that's all that matters. So let me I'm just going to show you some of the locations, maybe give a little background, a little bit of lore, and then yeah, we're just gonna show you around the place. Where to start? Okay, let's see. Let's start with Grimgrave, this little town right here. You can see the the marks here. It took a little bit to figure out the size of the town, but I got it. No worries. But yeah, Grimgrave started here, and then these 3 are all the kingdoms that are kind of connected to Grimgrave. So here's the thing. All of these kingdoms. So this one down here is Leafhaven, home to a bunch of elves, primarily elves, and a bunch of other fictional races. Blacklands is up here, mostly home to Drows. And then you have Hydragale down here. It actually took me quite a while to come up with a name for the 3rd kingdom, but all of these kingdoms at the beginning were at war with each other, and then Grimgrave, which is this town right here, was the result of that, and it was basically a graveyard for all of the soldiers in this kingdom to reside here in this little town. And it's still said that, some of those old soldiers still linger in said town. Why people decide to go visit there? Probably because they don't believe in said stories, but that's how people are, Anyways, let's move on to Colshire, right here in the mountains. This is home to dwarves, specifically dwarves, warforged, and some half-giants, or Goliaths in this case. And then the town right below that, at the base, is Tatzelworm, a little nice town where all types of races live there, just like a wide variety of races, just like, humans, of course, tieflings, maybe a dragonborn or 2, maybe some gnomes or halflings, stuff like that. Actually, let's move on to Delamage right up here. It's a beautiful kingdom. Delamage is known for its magical prowess and all of the powerful wizards that live there, which is very nice considering these houses are kind of small and look kind of small probably. But it's home. It's home to some of these people. Moving on, we're gonna go down from here, maybe go around, and then we'll meet right there. So this little town here, this is a little town, is the City of Fae. If I can zoom in, there you go. The City of Fae, and surrounding it is Sprite Forest. So the City of Fae is, as you can guess, home to gnomes, fairies, maybe a halfling or 2. And yeah, I mean, obviously this is like a diet version of Fae, because of course it's filled with so many like small buildings, and then you have hills for the gnomes and the halflings to live in. But yeah, I love Fae. Fae's a nice little homey place. I love the name too. I came up with that myself. Anyway, next we have Calum. So Calum it was originally supposed to be home to Atsimars and bird folks, but now it's just mostly bird folks because I recently figured out that ASMRs are mostly just comprise everywhere across the kingdoms. It's just bird folks, or they're called Aracocrays, I think. Yes. But yeah, Calum is just home to a bunch of bird folks like Aracocrays, like I said. Maybe if I feel like it, some Kenku. Yeah, they're basically floating islands. So yeah, and then down here you have one of the more bigger ones. This is Espear. So Espear, you've got, I mean, it's comprised of mostly like humans, maybe an elf or two. You'll mostly find like human-like races in this one, because Espear is like home to some of the richest throughout the continent. So it's not exactly a place welcoming of other races, but you know, it works. Yeah, it works. It's home. And then you have the Kingdom of Wyvern. Okay, so these two, Hydrogale and Wyvern, they were the last kingdoms I had to take care of. And I was like, let's give them a more traditional look. So you can see here, give them like pointed towers, and then here is more like traditional castle. So yeah. Next we're gonna pass these forests, but we're gonna get to those last after we get to Atticus. So this is more like a trading village. It's because obviously it's on the coastline. It's more just a village for trading and like, you know, trading routes and stuff like that. If you need something that's possibly exported out of the country and into the country, you would go here. And then you have Thunderstone, named this after the Thunderstone from Pokemon. Tried to give it a little lightning look because I was like, let's wing it, and it kind of went out well, kind of. But yeah. And then last but not least, you have Urntown. Urntown has a very interesting history to it. I'm not going to get into it, but it's a very interesting history that I incorporated into that. But we're gonna get to that probably never. That's for the people who decide to play on this. So we're gonna get to the forests. Up here you have Silver's Whisper, which was a nice name on my part. Ominous Grove is over here. Then you have Broken Heart Forest down here, because it's akin to a broken heart. Then you have down here is Fairy Tale Woods, and then right over here you would have River Hollow, and I think that's it. I think that's mostly it. Yeah. So yeah, and then obviously there's the mountains up here, and you obviously have those two caves, but I'm not gonna get into that. Regardless, yeah, this is it. This is, and I came up with a name for this entire continent, the Land of Trek. You know, like Star Trek, but just minus the star. But yeah, this is Trek, is what I've decided to call it. Quite like it, actually. I'm very happy with this. I'm glad I did this. I do have an extra sheet of paper, but I'm probably not going to use it until it seems worthy. It seems right. But yeah, this was fun. I quite enjoyed this, despite the fact that it took me 3 weeks to do. But yeah. Will I do this again? Probably. Kind of forgot to make an outro for this, but thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again soon.